Hey everybody, Suman Pachigulla here. And if you are trying to enter into recruiting industry and more specifically US IT recruiting, so before you get in, here are three primary wings that you may get opportunity or currently you might be working. So here I'm going to explain the three different wings in staffing industry, primarily US IT recruiting, and which one is better. All right, which one you should choose. Now, which one is better, which one will get you a good career is very subjective. So instead, I give you some suggestion of join this or the other one. What I would do is I'm going to explain you what sort of career growth or what is that exactly this industry brings, and you make your own wise decision in joining or continuing in this industry. All right. So primarily there are three primary wings. Currently there are a lot of hirings are going on. One is IT recruiting, US IT recruiting or the recruiter part. Second one is bench sales, and third is OPT recruiting. That is what primarily you see in the market, or that could be talent acquisition, they call it. All right. So now let's understand the business perspective. Okay, how companies are going to make money, and if they hire you, if you know that part, now you will be understand that how you are going to make money. Okay, so your first is recruiting means there will be a client and here is the recruiting company. Now when the client gives an open job, this recruiting company will help fill the open position, and they run the payroll for a candidate, or they just tie up as a contractor for another company which provides the manpower, and this recruiting company makes money from the whatever the margin they keep, right? And you know it, if there is a position for $100 and the recruiting company finds someone for $70 and the person joins the company and starts working, then the recruiting company going to make $30 per hour as their gross margin. That is for recruiting point of view. And for bench sales, what is that going to happen? In bench sales, the recruiting company will be marketing or holding or working with the individuals who are looking for a job, and the sales company will help the individual to find a job, and they run the payroll. So the same thing, if they find a job for $100 for the candidate they are marketing, they might be paying the candidate $80 or $70, or maybe they are in percentage basis. Whatever the remaining money is there, the recruiting company, the bench sales company is going to make money. All right. So that is the second aspect. Third thing is what? OPT recruiting or talent acquisition. So this is primarily to do with bringing talent to the company's bench. All right. So this could be a helping hand for the bench sales. It means the OPT recruiter will find those people who are interested to be marketed by their bench sales team or by their company, or those individuals who want their payroll to be run by this bench sales company. They will be connecting with the OPT recruiters, or OPT recruiter will connect with the individuals, and once they agree upon the terms, now the bench sales companies start marketing, and if they get placed, bench sales recruiting gonna make money. Understood? So here OPT recruiter, why did that name came? Because primarily the OPT EADs, CPT EADs, fresh grads who come out of the college, these bench sales company hire OPT recruiters, and the OPT recruiters go into the market and they hunt for the people who are looking for a job, or who might be looking for an employer, or who want a training. Now they convince them and they bring them to these bench sales people or the company, bench sales company. Now they are going to train them and they are going to market them. Okay, so the OPT recruiter not only finds on the web or from whatever the way OPT, CPT candidates, but they look for US citizens, green cards, TNs, E3, anybody that would like to have an employer and market it themselves. The OPT recruiter goes and finds it. And now, the The same way, right? OPT recruiter do not generate money directly the way recruiter generate, the way bench sales generates, because OPT candidate is like a cost wing as long as the candidates brought by them are not placed. So if OPT recruiter brings 100 people and none of them joins any project or could not get any job through the bench sales company, it means OPT candidate did not make any money for the company. All right. So the same happens with everybody. If bench sales candidate could not place anybody else, then they are directly responsible for not bringing the output. If recruiter is not making any placements, not bringing any business, it's a direct responsibility. But for OPT candidates, not bringing candidate to the bench could be a benchmark for them as a part of productivity. Understood, people? So now, in recruiting, you will get incentive for your placements. If you make a full-time placement, I'm talking about a recruiter, okay? Full-time placements, you make a bulk money. Apart from your salary, you may make a recurring incentive in recruiting. And if you grow in your experiences and you're good at doing more things, handling people, handling client, you could transition yourself to account manager, senior manager, team manager, lead, so on and so forth. In bench sales, what happens when you market the candidate who is looking for a job? In that role as well, there will be incentive for one-time incentive. Bringing H1B candidate to the bench, there will be another incentive, recurring incentive, or bringing a new client or bringing more requirements, connecting with businesses, right? When you supply your candidate and he or she gets placed and that vendor wants to work with you again and again, it means you are bringing a known contact or a business to your company. So then also you can make money. So there is a high possibility that if you work as a bench sales, you could transition into business development. If you do not want to become a business development manager or executive, then you just have to continue marketing your people. All right, that is what one thing is there. But in recruiting, certain point of time you don't have to recruit, but you got to manage people. But in bench sales, if you do your marketing, you are going to make more money, and at the same time you get an opportunity to lead your team as well. All right. And in OPT recruiting, you only get money when your candidate get placed. Well, there will be small incentives for bringing those individuals for the trainings or for the bench sales company, but the better money, good money will come to you when your bench sales recruiter places the candidate that you brought to the table. So overall, if you want to build a career, then definitely recruiting, IT, being a recruiter should be the primary. Second comes in bench sales, and third would be the OPT recruiter. Why? Because when you are calling to an unknown person or an individual, as a recruiter, you have a reason, meaning you have a valid job, you have a need. As a bench sales recruiter, when you are connecting a vendor, when you are calling an individual, it means you have a valid solution for their problem. But when it comes to OPT recruiting, it would be like you will be calling everybody. You will be calling OPT, you will be calling CPT, you will be calling GC, you will be calling US citizen with the same script. And only thing is, you have to convince them to join in your training program, or if they want to be marketed by your people. Okay, that's like a random calls you have to do. But in these two things, you don't have to do any random calls. So for the best of my knowledge, I am sharing you the information. If you know more than this, that's good for you. So before choosing this, any of the wings, all right, you have to experience either of it or all. So any job you are getting, get hands-on, work on it. End of the day, anything good for your career or something is not good for a career is totally depends upon whether you love it or not, people. That's what you need to remember. Don't take it by my words. Literally, I'm not suggesting you to take anything by my word, but feel by yourself. I'm sharing it from my experience. Someone might be sharing from their experience. At the same time, you got to have your own experience, right? So anything you join, either it could be OPT, talent acquisition, bench sales, a recruiter, try to be the best at what you do. If you're enjoying it, no job is better than that. No job is better than the job that you love to do. All right? Now, then you are going to enjoy, and that could be your career. I hope this video gave you some information to take a better decision in your career. And thank you so much. This is Suman Pachigulla. I'm in a mission to impact 5 million lives through recruiters. Do join, do subscribe to this channel and be a part of my mission. Once again, this is Suman Pachigulla and I love you all. Take care and God bless.